One of the best ways to prepare for a better birthing experience is to be educated, to understand the process. No, you don't have to have a PhD in pelvic biomechanics or childbirth physiology, but absolutely, knowledge is in power. And if you don't know what to expect, you're going to fear it more. And so, knowledge is power, and knowledge helps us to normalize this process and this experience. Think about what you know about childbirth based on kind of what our society tells you. It is glorified in Hollywood as this terrible, scary, awful thing. Think about the last time you saw childbirth depicted on the big screen. It was scary, it was painful, it was awful, it was an emergency waiting to happen. And it's no secret that that's then what comes to be, because that's what we come to expect. And so, one of the important parts of preparing for this process is to normalize it. Start viewing videos of birth in the way that you want it. Start normalizing this process. Start seeing what it really is.
So, being educated on childbirth doesn't mean that you are a PhD in pelvic biomechanics. It doesn't mean that you need to spend the next many months just reading and educating and filling your brain. The goal isn't to get to this place of overwhelm. The goal is to tune into your own intuition. So, for the rest of your child's life, someone's going to have an opinion on how you should raise them, what you should feed them, how you should discipline them, what schools they should go to, etc. And they likewise probably have a lot of opinions on how you should give birth to them, what you should do, where you should go, what provider, what doula, blah, blah, blah. Everyone has an opinion. Yet one of the goals of educating yourself during pregnancy is for you to start tuning into what you want, what's right for you, because what's right for you in pregnancy and birth does not look the same as what's right for someone else, and likewise for how you parent this child. And creating those boundaries and creating that ability to trust yourself now is going to serve you so well going into parenthood, when everyone and their mom is going to tell you what they think you should do. And in reality, what you think is right is how you should parent your child. We fear what we don't understand. And birth is a really misunderstood thing in our culture. Think about many years ago, hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, birth was normalized. As a young female in the community, I would maybe attend the births of my mother and my aunts and members of the community. And it was a understood thing. It was something that I saw throughout my life. It was something that was not feared. In our culture today, think about depictions of childbirth. In Hollywood, on the big screen, we tend to see scary, overwhelming emergencies and really traumatic birth experiences. Thinking about Game of Thrones and just how scary that was. And that's what we see in our culture. And that's what we grow to expect about childbirth. Think about as soon as you get a belly and you go to Target, the checkout person has their scary story about childbirth. Your friends, everyone likes to one-up each other on these terrible, glorified, horrible experiences. And yes, birth can be really scary and it can be really traumatic, but I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be. And there is absolutely things we can do to help make this process absolutely transformative, absolutely empowering, and incredible. And I'm here to help you understand what that means. So part of preparing for birth is understanding and educating ourselves on what it really is. What does a normal physiological birth even look like? A lot of hospitals and a lot of providers have never seen a physiological birth. They've seen a medically managed birth. And while absolutely medically managed birth has its place, and thank God we have interventions, and thank God we have cesareans, and I'm so grateful for Pitocin and all of these things because they absolutely save lives. However, when we address physiological tools first, when we help make this process more easeful, we can prevent the need for a lot of those interventions. And sure, they're still going to have a place, but we greatly reduce their need and we increase the power of our own physiology, meaning that our body is built for this. Our body knows how to birth. And when we reclaim this process by educating ourselves, we really can stack the cards in our favor for a really empowering experience.